part 5 of chapter 9, inventory management. We're going to talk about the economic order quantity. Okay, so what is the economic order quantity? It is a way to take into consideration the setup costs or ordering cost, and take in consideration the holding cost, which will be the point where it is the lowest possible total cost, which is the sum of ordering and inventory and holding cost. Okay, so what we're going to do is it is a model, mathematical model that calculates that, and we need to understand how can we balance those two costs, right? So if I have too much inventory, I'm going to have too much holding cost. If I have and will reduce my ordering. If I order very frequently, I will have more setup costs, but I will reduce my holding costs, right? So what is the balance? What is the good spot there, right? So the economic order quantity is going to answer us that. It's going to calculate how much are we going to buy every time that we buy. So we're going to calculate Q here. And that's what's called the EOQ, so the quantity that we're going to be calculating, okay? So now I'm going to kind of explain the logic of this chart in a piece of paper so you guys can follow me, and then I explain, going back again to the PowerPoint. So let's say that I have a product, and the demand for the product, the annual demand, is going to be 100 units, okay? Oops, now we have it, okay? Per year. So that's my product here, okay? And we're going to have order cost. So every time that I order product, it's going to cost me $50. And we're going to have a holding cost. I'm trying to do my best, guys. Holding cost of $100. Okay, so every unit that I keep on inventory, it's going to have a cost associated with that, which is remember the capital cost and obsolescence and shrinkage and all that. So on average for every unit, it will cost $100. Okay, and now I'm going to make a table here to understand what is the effect of different quantities. Okay, so here we're going to have the quantity that we're going to buy every time we buy it. Okay, so let's say that I'm going to buy 1 unit at a time. So every time they're going to buy this item, I'm going to buy 1 unit at a time. Okay, so how many orders I'm going to have per year? Okay, how many orders per year? Orders per year. So now we realize that my handwriting is worse than when I'm writing on the whiteboard. Okay, and that's a fact. So I need 100 units per year. I'm buying 1 at a time. So I need to buy it 100. Oops. Divide by 1. I need to buy 100 times, right? I need to buy this material 100 times because I'm buying 1 at a time. So I'm buying 100 times. What is going to be my annual order cost? So I know that I'm going to buy 100 times, and I know that my order cost is $50. So 100 times $50 is going to be $5,000. Okay, so I'm going to spend $5,000 per year in just ordering this item because I'm going to order it 100 times. What's going to be the average inventory? So how many parts on inventory I'll have on average, right? So we learned in the last video that one way to calculate average inventory is Q divided by 2, right? And Q in this case will be 1. So 1 divided by 2 equals 0.5. So remember the tooth saw there that was going up and down, up and down. In this case will be 1 here, then it'll be 0, right? 1, 0, okay? And then we go back to 1, and then 0, 1, 0, right? So on average, I'm going to have 0.5 items on inventory. Okay. So I know by average inventory it's going to be 0.5. Now, what is my annual? I'm going to try to do my best, guys. Holding cost. So if I have on average 0.5, every unit costs $100 to stay on inventory, right? So 0.5 times $100 is going to be $50. Okay? And then here at the end, I have my total inventory cost. Will be just the sum of holding cost and ordering cost. Okay? So that will be $5,500. Okay? So based on this demand for this product, if I buy one at a time, that's how my cost is going to look like. If I buy two at a time, how many orders I'm going to have per year? So again, the demand is the same, 100 units per year. I'm buying two every time. Okay, so now it's going to be two here instead of one. And then I need to buy it 50 times, right? Because it's 100, which is the demand, divided by 2 equal 50. So I need to go 50 times at the grocery store to buy this item. To calculate the annual ordering cost, I multiply these 50 by the ordering cost. So it'll be 2,500. Oh, my 5 doesn't look good. Okay, now it's better. And what is my average inventory? So again, Q divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So 1 item on average. And my annual holding cost will be 1 times 100. So it'll be $100. Total inventory cost, I sum this and plus this, is going to be $2,600. Okay? So let's fill out for 3 now, right? And you guys probably know now the answer for some of this math, right? So I'm buying 3 at a time. I need 100, so it'll be 100 divided by 3. It'll be 33, right? I need to go 33 times. I'm just rounding it down. If I go 33 times, I need to multiply that by my ordering cost. So I get something around 1,667 as my ordering cost. My inventory is going to be 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5. And then my holding cost is 1.5 times 100, which is 150. And then my total cost gets around 1816. Okay? So let's do this for Q4. Then 100 divided by 4 is going to be equal to 25 times that I need to buy. 25 times the ordering cost of 50 is going to be 1,250. My average inventory is going to be 2 because it's 4 divided by 2. And my holding cost is 2 times 100, which is 200. And then the total is 1,450. Okay? Finally, I get to 5, and I'm not going to go further than that. It's going to be 20, so 100 divided by 5 equals 20. It's going to be $1,000, right? 20 times 50. Average will be 5 divided by 2, so that's 2.5. And then the annual holding cost, 2.5 times 100, 250. And my total will be 1,250. Okay? So, and this doesn't have anything to do with that. Okay? So, let's take a look at this. What's happening, right? So, I'm increasing my quantity. So, I'm buying a larger bulk every time. The demand is always 100 per year. It doesn't change. I need 100 items. But if I buy it in smaller quantities, I need to go more frequently, right? If I buy in bigger quantities, I need to go less frequent. So what's happening with my annual ordering cost? So my annual ordering cost is decreasing as I increase the quantity. Okay, so higher quantity, I need to go less times, my ordering cost will be lower. What's happening with my average inventory level? It's going down. And it's going down at the same time it's going up, and my annual holding cost is also going up, right? But how much is this going down, right? So if I take a look here, if I want to put this in a chart where I have the cost here, okay, and then here and this one I have this axis here, I'm going to have the quantity, okay? So my ordering cost is decreasing pretty significantly at the beginning, right? As I'm increasing quantity, which is what we're doing here, increasing quantity, my ordering costs reduce a lot. And what's happening with this difference here is becoming smaller and smaller every time. So from this to this is 2,500. From this to this, I'm 800. From this to this, I'm 400. And from this to this, is 250. So that difference is reducing every time. What's happened to my holding cost? The holding cost is increasing. But what rate is it increasing? It's increasing $50 for every half of a unit that I increase in the quantity. Actually, for every unit, that I increase in the quantity, right? So it's increasing on a linear form. Okay, so for every 1 here, 0.5 here, 1 here, 1.5 here. Okay, so this is the holding cost, and this is the ordering cost. Okay, and what I want to know is when the sum of these two is going to be the lowest. Okay, so I can see at the beginning in increasing, it seems to be a good idea because the total cost is going down, right? So what happens if I sum those is actually a curve that will look like this. Okay, so in this point in time actually is exactly where these two meet. So that's the formula for the economic order quantity. This here will be the economic order quantity. Okay, exactly where these two costs meet, exactly where they're the same. That's when I have the lowest total cost, right? Because this is total cost. Okay, does that make sense? Just going back to the chart, that's what this graph is doing. I have the annual holding cost going up for every unit. I have the ordering cost, also known as setup cost, going down. The middle is the economic order quantity where they meet. It's not the middle, sorry, it's where they meet. And that's when the total cost is lowest. Okay? And that's the quantity here is going to be the economic order quantity.